Yeah, hi all. Good morning. Good evening.
Good evening.
Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start.
Hi. So I have a quick question in the meanwhile. Can I ask?
Yeah, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, so I come from a production support background, so I have
Hmm.
a little understanding about the testing. So I have like 5 years of experience in production support.
Okay.
So i- while learning this, so what percentage of manual testing is required to learn this as a prerequisite or something like that?
Not required anything. If you know the basic of manual testing, then you can perform automation. Okay.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So just to understand about those test cases, like how we are writing and like why we are writing, so to understand the
So
requirements.
whatever testing you have performed using manual approach, okay, like you are validating some web pages, applications, and all those. So the same
Okay,
thing you have to automate. Okay.
yeah,
So whatever actions we are performing manually, like clicking on those links, opening the URL, entering the values in text box, validating the result, the same thing you have to do it through a script. That's it.
got it, got it.
So
Yeah,
this
sure.
tool will going to help you to automate the same scenarios, whatever you are performing through um,
Mm.
manually.
So this task doesn't have any frameworks, right?
It will going to follow model-based framework.
Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, anybody is having any doubts, any questions, they can.
Can we start?
Okay, so we're going to start with the session. So today what we will do, we're going to start with very basic. So after you add your licenses, after doing the installation and all those, how to create your workspace on your system. Okay, so currently what we will do, we're going to install, we will going to create the repository on our local system, but when you will going to work with organization level, they will going to provide you with the shared repository. So you have to add those so that multiple people in your organization can connect to those repository and perform the activities. So same repository will be used across the organization to perform the activities so that you can uh, share your update as well as you can get the pull from other people as well. Okay, so let me quickly share my screen. Okay, so let me know once it is visible to you. Is it visible
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Okay, so now once you add your licenses after doing the installation, once you add the license, you will going to see this application. Okay, this is your home page, and now what we will do, we're going to create a repository. So if you already have the existing repository, you can open it or you can create a new repository. So simply what I will do, I will going to click on the create repository over here, and now I will going to select a SQLite database. Okay, so it will going to use this particular path to save my repository. Okay, but in organization level, you will going to select Oracle or MySQL server or whatever they are using. So you have to select that, and then they will going to provide you with the connection string. You just simply have to paste that string and test the connection is established or not, and your repository will be added. You just have to click OK, and that repository will be created on your local system. Okay, so right now we will going to use SQLite, you can see, and now I will going to add the name of my repository. So you can add anything of your choice, and you can see there is a checkbox, use workspace template. What's the use of that? So it will going to include the standard modules from your from this particular path. So I have showed you that there are standard modules to perform different activities like database testing, Excel, and all those. So that particular modules will be standard. Tosca suite will be added in your repository. If you are not adding this, then you won't be able to see the standard modules on your repository. Okay, so you have to click on OK, and it will going to create a repository on your local system.
So, Amir, like generally in normal case, we create a get repository or something. So this is mandatory step, right? The first step. We always
Yes,
create some DB. So all our data is going actually inside a DB, not inside a Git
yes.
repository or something like that.
So that will be created by your infra team. Okay, they will going to create it and share you with the credentials. You can see now they are asking for the credentials. So when you will going to work in organization level, every individual people will going to have their own credentials so that whatever activities you are performing, it will be tracked. Okay, the same way if you are using a Git, then you have to log in with your credentials, correct? The same way they will going to provide you with the username and the password. So every individual user who will going to work on that project, they will going to assign the username and password, and according to your roles and responsibility, they will going to configure those roles. Okay, so everybody can perform, not able to perform all the activities. Okay, so according to your roles and responsibility, they will going to assign you the roles, and then they will going to provide you with the credentials. So right now I'm admin of this system, so I will going to just click on login, and now you will be able to see the UI. Okay, now you have to go to home tab, and we're going to discuss these particular topics. What are update, check-in, check-out? This is the most important topic, so we're going to take this up today. Okay, any questions, any doubt, anyone till now? So we have just simply created a repository over here, that's it. Okay, now I have created a repository, and now you can see there is a icon on the left side of every folder. What do you mean by that? Now I will do a check-in. Okay, now I have to create a folder under this particular folder. Now you can see I don't have any options to create the folder. Okay, so whenever you want to perform certain activities, so you have to first get the exclusive access of that particular folder. Like I want to perform certain activities under this folder, so I have to get the access first. So for that, what you have to do, you can click on the folder and you can do a right click and you can see there is an option to check out. So even you can do that as well, or there is an option to check out over here as well. Under home tab, you will be able to see the checkout. Once you do checkout, automatically you can see the green icon appears. It means right now you are only having the access of this particular folder and you can modify this folder.
What
So
is
if
the
I, yeah,
sorry to interrupt you. What is the purpose of check-in and check-out? I mean, why we are doing this?
to avoid the ambiguity, because multiple people will going to work on the shared repository. Okay, if you're performing
Okay.
certain tasks and other people also performing the same tasks, so whose changes will going to get updated, correct?
Okay.
Unless and until you are blocking or you are
Hmm.
having exclusive right to that particular folder, you will be able to make the changes, correct?
Okay.
Okay,
No, I mean,
so
tell me one thing. Tell me one thing.
yeah,
So let's say I'm working on one module one, okay, and you also check out, and I also check out uh, at the same time.
only a single
So
user will be able to check out at the moment. So whoever will go to check out first, they
okay,
will go to get the access.
okay.
For
So
the
I
other
cannot check
people,
out if you already opened, or if you
yes,
already have the lock, then I cannot use that folder.
no. So for
Uh,
other people, it
Mhm.
will going to appear in red color. Like if you are
Okay.
trying to access this particular folder, if you are trying to check out, so it will going to appear in red color for you because I have already
it's
checked out this. Okay.
in some scenarios, suppose someone has forget to check out,
Mm,
and I want to do some changes.
mm.
Then in this scenario, what will the possibility? I mean, can I do it, or I need some admin access to?
Then you will going to get escalation mail. Okay. So if you have checked out and you have log out for the day because your
Hmm,
changes are not much in the common repository, and if in your absence other people are also working on it, so they will going to escalate it because they won't be able
hmm.
to access that particular folder. Okay, so the best practices will be, once you do your changes, make sure that you are doing a check-in all, so that whatever changes you have done, it should get saved on your repository, and then you can close your Tosca command because it require a license. Okay, if you logged in and you have not closed your Tosca commander, like you are, it is having a floating license. Okay, like we are having 3 licenses and 5 people are working on it. So on in offshore hours, you are 3 people are you working on this particular project. Okay, once you logged out in EST hours, some other people are also working. 2 of them are working. So if you're not going to close this Tosca commander, they won't be able to get the license. They will get a warning that no license present. So make sure that whenever you are having, because it's a bit costly license, every organization won't be able to afford that much of license, correct? So
Hmm.
that's why they are having a floating license. So whoever will going to log in first, they will going to get the license. Unless and until you are not closing this particular TOSA commander, the license will not going to get released. The other
Okay,
people won't be able to get that license. Okay,
got
so
it.
make sure that once you do a checkout, after doing your changes, make sure
Mhm.
that you are doing a check-in all, so that your changes should get added in the repository, and then you have to close your Tosca commander.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
the first thing will be checkout.
Amir, first we need to do checkout and then check in, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So for checkout, you have the access, and now you can perform whatever operation like edit or delete, whatever action you want to perform, you can perform it using checkout. on that particular folder. Right now I want to create a new folder under these test cases. So I will simply click on this. I will go to checkout and click on checkout. You can see now I have the access. Now if I do a right click, you can see I'm having options to create the folder. Now this is the folder you can see over here. So now I want to create a folder with the name project. Okay. Now once I'm done with the changes, I don't need this particular checkout right now. Okay. Other people will also don't, they also want to create a folder under this one. So if you have check out this one, so they won't be able to do that. So once you are done with your changes, quickly do the check in all. Okay, now I have to work on this particular project only. So I will check out this particular single project only. You don't have to check out any parent folder. Now whatever changes you want to do, you can do it on your folder. Okay. Now I want to create a test case. Simply I will do a right click. You can see to create the test case, we have this particular option. If you are not doing a checkout, you won't get options to create your test cases. I will name it as a demo. Okay, so this is my first test cases. Now I want to save my changes. So for doing that, what you have to do, you have to click on check in all, so that all my changes, whatever you have done so far, it will going to get saved in the repository. Okay. Any questions, any doubt related to checkout, check-in?
So Amir, your changes will be immediately reflected to me. Suppose we have two
Once
certification.
you
You are
do
one team
update
member.
all, it will going to get reflected in your system.
Okay, so right now this is only for your local. Once you do update all, then I can see your changes in my laptop, right?
No, you have to do update all because
Okay, I
I
have.
have added my changes using a check-in all. Now you
Okay,
have to take a update all so that it can pull my changes in your
okay,
repository because
full.
we are working on a shared repository. Okay.
Okay, so
So
every
once
folder
you,
like only one person can work at a time, right? Like if there are two
yes,
people, two certification, okay, separate certification for every member. Okay, so I'm not using the shared certificate. Two certificate, two people. So still only one person can work. Whoever take the log
yes,
first, right?
yes. So you
Okay.
have to create your own folder with your name or project, whatever as
Mm-hmm.
per your convenience, and then you can work on it. Okay.
Okay.
So just do a checkout and you create your own folder with your name, and over there you can create your own test cases so that other people will not going to disturb you.
So
Okay.
once I checked out and checked in all, then I need to give update all, right?
You don't have to do that. Your colleagues have to take, if they want to take the update of yours, they have to do update all.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Now for the,
update all is like pull, right? Git pull. So
yes,
just to relate with
git
the
pull from the
existing,
main branch.
yeah, and get check in all is like push command.
Yes, you are pushing those changes to the main repository.
And there is no
Okay.
PR kind of thing. Like,
No. So for PR and all those we have over here. So if you are working on this particular test cases, okay, and now you want someone to review this one. So you can see there is an option of a plan. Plan means you have not yet started. Let me do a check out first. Okay. Once you are done, you are started with the work, you have to make the progress as in work. So you can see the icon gets changed over here. The spanner you can see,
mhm.
and once it will going to get it reviewed by someone, now you can mark it as complete. Your spanner will going to get removed. If I click over here, you can see. So it will going to tell you about the work status. So whatever test case you will going to design, it will be get reviewed by your lead or someone higher to you. Okay, and then according to their expertise, they will going to review it and add the details. Okay, and
What is
whatever changes will be done, all those will get added over here. You can see who has created this folder, who has last modified this folder and time and all duration, and all those will going to get added over here. Okay, and the reviewing group name and all those you can see. So it is reviewed by whoever will be the person. You can select that. Okay, it is getting reviewed by so and so person.
But Amir, suppose you worked for one day, you created one test case, 5 test cases, and okay, and you checked in. Okay,
Yeah.
um, and I am as a lead. How I can review? So I need to take a update. All right, first of
Yeah,
all.
you just have to take update and you can access anyone test cases
But
because
you
that
already pushed your code in the master repository. So
yes,
means before my review, you already pushed your changes in the master branch, kind of. So
yes.
so
But
means
no
there is no.
PR and approval and all those are there in this one.
Okay, yeah. So this is
Okay.
not exactly same as Git, right?
Yes. So once it is get reviewed, you have to add the reviewer name. Then only your test cases will be used for the execution. Okay.
Okay.
So this folder information, somewhere it is maintained, somewhere it is saved in database.
It will be
I mean,
saved in your repository only. So for every folder, there will be these details will be present.
okay.
Okay. Okay. So what we have a update all. So update all is used to pull the changes. So for the best practices, whenever you are going to log into your application, this application, the first thing will be you have to do a update all. Because in your absence, if someone else is working, so you should take the update all so that whatever the fresh changes are there, it should get added in your repository. Okay, even if someone some of your colleagues in is working on some ESTRs or in some other time zone, they are also making some changes, correct? So once you log into this particular application, make sure that you are doing a update all so that whatever changes has been done in your absence, it should get added in your repository, and then you can start with your work. Or maybe there might be chances that you have done certain changes in your test cases and you want other people to enhance it. So unless and until you are not doing the update all, you won't be able to get the update, correct? So for the best practices, once you log into your application, make sure that you are doing an update all so that latest changes will going to get added in your repository. Any questions, any doubt related to all these three?
So update all will update all the changes, all the information, all the changes from everyone, right?
Yes,
Whatever team has updated, it will update
yes.
using this update all button.
Yeah, it will be kind of a getting a pull from the Git repository.
Okay.
Okay.
Amir, in case if you check in and check out, so you can't be update all right. So others can,
No,
others will be, okay. Why
because
is like that?
I'm only updating my repository. So how it will go to pull the changes from other one? Correct. So
Hmm,
if someone else has to take my update, then they have to do the update all. Correct.
okay.
Okay. Now, if I'm having a multiple folders like n number of folders, and so what you will do, you will go to each and every folders and then do a checkout, checkout, checkout and all. No, correct, because I have to manage this folder. I have to delete some folders or test cases, and then I have to perform certain activities. You can see. So if you are having n number of test cases or folders, you want to check out in one shot. I want to check out all the things which are under the standard modules. So you can opt for checkout tree. So once you do that, you can see all the things under that particular folder is getting checked out. Okay. And now you can make the required changes and then you can do a check-in all to save your update.
So partially checkout is not possible. Suppose I have 10 folders
Hmm.
and
So
I
you
want
can
to
select those and do the shortcut is
manually, I
control O.
need to select, right?
Yeah.
Manually, I need to select and do the, okay.
Okay. And once your changes are done, so make sure that you are not using checkout tree because it will going to impact other work as well. So whenever you need to check out something like you want to work on certain application or certain folder, try to check out that particular folder or test cases only. Okay. Now, yesterday I was working on these test cases. Now somebody has checked out this particular folder. Now it is appearing for me in red color. Now 5 people are working in my team. So I have to go to every individual people and ask them to do a check-in all. Yes, no.
No, I think.
Okay, so what you can do, you can simply do a right click and you can get the details, show checked out details. So whoever will going to check out this one, that details will going to get added and then you can reach out to that particular person. Okay, that you have checked out my folder and I have to do certain changes in this particular test case. Please do a check in all. Then you can reach out to that particular person. Okay. So for any folder you want to get the checkout details, simply do a right click and you can check the details for that particular test cases. Okay.
Okay.
So we have checkout tree to check out all the child folder and test cases. Okay. Anybody is having any doubt regarding these 4 topics? Because this is an important topic and on a daily basis you have to use it. So if anybody missed out something, please let me know.
So in ideal
Amit,
scenario,
yeah, please.
Uh,
yeah, so
yeah,
in ideal scenario, when we do practically do this automation in any company, we always use shared repository, right?
yes.
Okay, and suppose if we have a sufficient license and can we create an individual repository and do
No,
that?
you
I
have
mean,
to work on a shared repository only. So how you will going to get the access of other changes? Like you have created a few modules or you have created a login functionality. So how the other people will going to use it? Correct. You can't
uh,
create 10
hmm.
individual Git repository for your project. Correct.
Suppose I'm working on my some private folder. I created
Hmm?
my test cases. I don't want to show them. So can I
Hmm?
hide those folder to
No.
access with someone?
Everybody can see that particular folder.
We don't need to check in that case. That folder we
Yes,
don't
that
want to
should be
check in.
present
It's
on your
my,
local system.
yeah, means I will create a folder. I will create my sample test cases and I will not
Yes.
check in that particular folder, right? So this way nobody can
We
see.
don't have option to do a individual check-in. So you have to do
Means
the check-in all and all the changes, whatever you have done, it will going to get
okay,
pushed.
okay, okay. So either everything will go or nothing will go like this.
Yes, yes. And you can't save your changes on your local system, correct? So as per the best practices, at the end of the day, you have to do a check-in all and push those changes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and this checkout tree, just I want to clear checkout tree once more. Like you take the lock of all the folders, right? Like all the
Yes.
child and current folder.
It will be
This is what.
applicable only when you have the child element. Now you can see if I'm click on this particular demo, that particular option is not enabled for me
Yeah,
because we don't have any child element. But
child.
if I click on this standard modules, it is having so many child elements. Now you can see that
Okay,
option is enabled. So if I do a checkout tree, it will go to check out all the child
all the
and the
folders.
parent folder.
Okay, so you locked the complete tree.
Yes.
One last question.
Yeah.
Suppose accidentally I remove some folder or some test cases. So can I roll
Mhm.
back?
Yeah, we have an option to revert.
Okay.
Okay. So you can revert
No.
your changes.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else, anyone? Okay, so now what we will do, we're going to design our first test case. So the first thing will be I have to invoke this particular browser and then I will going to invoke this particular URL And now after launching this application, I have to click on one of the vehicle type and then I have to fill this particular data. Okay, this is just a manual flow. Now we will going to automate all this. Okay, so the first thing will be what we have to do. First, we have to launch this particular application web UI. So for launching the application, what I will do, I will go to module section. Now you can see the standard module. So at the time of creating our repository, I told you that you should check, click on this checkbox to include the standard module. So these are the standard modules we are having. If you have not checked out, so you won't be able to see these standard modules in your repository. Okay. So now to open the browser, what we have a standard modules under HTML. You have to go to standard modules, go to engine, and you have to click on HTML. So under HTML, you can see there is an open URL. So simply drag, first check out your test cases. Make sure that you have checked out your test cases, then only it will going to work. Simply drag from icon and drop it in your test case. Okay. So you can see
Uh,
under this particular test cases, that particular module is added over here. Yeah,
I
someone was
have
saying
one
something.
quick question.
Yeah.
What is the use of requirements here?
Requirement is
Are we
used
not,
to,
yeah, are we not creating the requirement first and then, you know?
no, requirement is used for doing the risk analysis. And this is mostly used by product owner and business analyst.
Mhm. So
Okay.
at what point of time we use requirement in
So once you are
while
once
doing
you
the
design your
automation?
test cases and once you are doing the execution of your test cases, you want to calculate the risk associated to your test cases, how many of them got passed, how many times it is getting failed, and all those. You can evaluate using the risk, requirement section. Okay. So we're going to cover that as well. Okay. Now I'm able to pull my particular modules. You can see I'm able to add this open URL in my test cases. So it will going to help me to invoke the browser. So simply what I will do, I will going to copy this particular URL and then I will going to paste it over here. Okay, so once I do that, let me close the properties section. Once I do that, now I want to just try it out that okay, whatever modules I have added, it's working or not. It is able to invoke this particular URL or not. So simply you can do a right click and you can see there is an option to run in Scratchbooks. So once you do that, click on that, it will going to launch the application on your system. At the end, you can see there is a status bar. Okay. So now what is happening? It is trying to invoke the application in Firefox browser. You can see. So installation is happening over here. If you want to get updated.
So Amir, where you mentioned this Firefox, Chrome, or IE?
I have not mentioned anywhere. So it's a default browser for my system. So it is invoking in the Firefox browser. Okay. So now my requirement is I don't want to execute my test cases in Firefox. I want to
Yeah.
execute in Chrome or I want to execute in Edge. So in that case, you can see that that particular application gets invoked in the Firefox. Let me close this one. I don't want to go with that one. So simply what I will do, I will click on my test case and you can see there is a test case configuration parameter. Let me dock it this one. Okay, so you can see under my test case, we have a test case configuration. So simply do a right click and you can see there is a test case configuration parameter option is there. Simply click on that and now you have to from the drop down select the browser, and once you click select the browser, automatically whatever browsers are compatible in your system, it will going to show it over here. These many browsers are having a support for the Tosca. So I will go with the Edge. Once I do that, now if I execute my test case again, do a right click and run in Scratchbook, it will going to invoke this application in my Edge browser. See? Okay.
Okay.
The same way you can change your settings as per your requirement and it will going to invoke in that particular, or your test cases will going to get executed in that particular browser. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the thing is I'm able to invoke the application, but for all these modules we don't, the Tricentis will not going to provide you with the modules. Now you have to create your own modules for this. Okay, so few standard modules they will going to provide you, you can use it, but this is my application. Now I have to automate this application. So what we can do, we can create the module using a scanning technique. So you have to go to the module section. Don't make any changes to all these standard modules. Okay, if you want to create your own modules, simply click on the folder, click on checkout, and create your own folder under this module section. So I will going to make it as modules, or whatever name you want to give, you can give to this particular folder. Okay. Okay, now simply do a right click and you will get an option over here to scan. You can see. So I want to scan the application. So simply click, after clicking on the scan, click on the application, and what it will do, it will going to scan all the application which in your system which are present or open right now. You can see all the application, whatever applications currently I'm using, all the applications are over here. So I will go with this particular application, this browser. I will select. You can do a double click, or you can click on the application and click on scan. That will, both will going to work. So once you click on the application, select the application, so automatically whatever components are present in this particular page, it will going to scan and showcase to you. You can see. So you can see there is a logo, Tricentis logo is there. Then we have a link, visit support link is there. This is the link. You can see the icon. So icon will going to denote you that what this particular attribute is having. So you can see search support. This is a text box icon. Then we have a search button, OK button, this one. If you don't know which values it resembles, simply click on the values and click on highlight section. Can you will be able to find that particular element. Okay, this search button belongs to this one. Okay, I want to know that, okay, this value belongs to which one, this automobile. Okay, so you can highlight it just to, so you can select the values from here, or second option is you can select the values from here, or you can do select on screen and you can select the values whatever is required for your automation. So I will going to click on select on screen, and now hover on the values. You can see truck, I'm able to select the truck, motorcycle, camper. I need this particular text. I need this drop down values. So once you select that, automatically it will going to gray out. I need this as well, text box, this text box, this one as well, this drop down value as well, this text box as well, this one, and the next button. Okay, so whatever is required for my automation, I have just added over here, and you can come out of the select on screen mode. Just press escape or click on select on screen. So you are come out of the select on screen mode, and now I have to save this to create the module. So you can click on this save icon, or the shortcut is Control S. Okay, so once you click on that, automatically at the end you can see module is saved successfully. So you get the confirmation. Now you can close this scanner. So once you do that, if you expand this, your module is ready for the execution. So now what I will do, I will simply drag and drop this particular next step. After opening the URL, now I want to perform, I want to enter the value. So simply I want to click on the motorcycle. The syntax will be click. Okay, and you can see the action modes automatically added input. Now I want to select, you can see, so at the time of scanning whatever values it is containing, it is able to add those as well. Now you can see it's a drop down, you can see the icon. So you can select the values from here. This is also a drop down, so all the values will going to get added. This is a text box, you can add any values as per your requirement. This is a date format, so you have to add the date in the specific format. So I will go with a month, and this is the day 2025. Right now we are hard coding these values. Going ahead, we're going to add the function, so it will going to pick the current date, because you can't hard code the date every day, correct, for the execution. So you have to add the functions, and that function will be called, and automatically your current date from your system will going to get picked. This is also drop down, so I have to select the values from this one. List price, you can pass anything. 1 2 3 4. I'm not clicking on the next button. Okay, now I just want to try it out that whatever changes I have added over here, it's working or not. So like Selenium or some other application, you have to invoke the application from starting, like opening the browser and then entering the result. So right now you don't need that. You don't have to execute your whole test case from starting. If your browser is open, your that particular page is open, so even you can execute that particular single module as well. So right now you can see I'm able to click on this run in Scratchbook, and it will going to perform the activity in the same browser. Now you can see that particular tab is open, so it will going to perform all the activities. Motorcycle, and now it will going to enter the values over here. Okay. Now if I go to Scratchbook, you will be able to see that whatever values we have added, all those values are present over here, and all of them are getting passed. You can see there is a tick mark. Anybody is having any doubt, any questions, please let me.
Yeah, I
How
have
to
some
check negative cases?
Verification.
No, how to check negative cases, like if the boundary value unless is, you know,
Okay, we will going to see.
I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Suppose I want to select each and every field of that drop down. Okay.
Mhm.
So in one iteration it is possible, or I need to run multiple iteration of this.
Multiple
I mean,
iterations, so you have to use looping concept.
okay.
Okay,
So
but
for
you
that I
can
need
validate
to.
all the values under that drop down values. If you want to validate that all the values are present or not, you
Hmm.
can validate in single shot.
Okay. So for that, that looping is required, right?
For checking all the values in that drop down, you don't need a looping. If you want to select the values, then you need a looping.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what we have done, we have just used the input action mode to enter the values over here. Okay, now consider a scenario. Once I click on the automobile, you can see automobile insurance is getting added. Once I click on the truck insurance is getting added over here. I want to verify that once I click on the motorcycle right now, so I want to verify this particular text is appearing or not. So what I will do, I will simply go back to the module section. You can see we have already scanned it. So what I will do, I will going to click on this blue icon and select the property called as a inner text. So whatever text that particular attribute is containing, it will going to do the validation. And now what I will do, I will going to select the action mode as verify, because I have to verify this particular text. Okay, so let me execute this test case again, and let's see if it is able
Inner
to validate.
text equal you are giving, right? That value copy paste,
Yes,
correct? Motor
yes.
insurance. Okay, okay.
And now once you click on that, now you can see my test case is getting passed. If I go to the Scratchbook to check, if I expand this one, now you can see there is a verification was successful. If I expand this one, so you were expecting this particular text and actually you are getting this text. So both the texts are matching. Your verification is completed. Let's do some negative testing. I will going to remove few text from this string, and now if I try to execute, let's see if it will going to get failed or pass. Okay, so it is getting failed. Let's see. So if I expand this, you can then see that particular step is getting passed, but overall execution gets failed over here. You can see. So if I expand this one, this is my expected result, and actually from the application I'm getting this. So both the strings are not matching, and here is my failure. Okay. Apart from inner text, you can perform many more activities like I want to just check that particular value is enabled or not, or visible or not. Okay, all those properties you can check. You can check true, and you can make the action mode as verify. Okay, so but make sure that those property are supporting that. We will go to see once we're going to cover the scanning part. So how to check for the properties. Okay, if that particular attribute is not supporting that properties, so you won't be able to verify. Okay, anybody is having any doubt, any questions so far,
So
anyone?
scanning we need to do only one time, right? I mean,
Yes.
application scanning. And suppose some element is deleted from UI,
Mhm.
then what we need to do? I mean,
So,
dynamically, can we handle this situation?
so you can delete those attributes from your modules.
Okay.
Okay,
Can
and
we
if you
include
Okay.
want to add,
multiple, sorry,
yeah,
can we include multiple value for the same field? For example, make, can we have two make there by passing two
no,
different values?
no. So like you want to perform more activities on make,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
So like
Yes.
you want to first validate that OD is present or not. So simply what you can do, you can copy these particular values and paste in your test cases. Okay. Now in first I want to verify, I want to select the values, and in second I want to verify that OD is present or not. Okay. So if I
Yeah.
execute my test case, I expand this one, you can see the verification is successful and we are able to verify the value OD. Okay. So if you have a multiple functionality you want to perform on the same activities, you can do it. Just copy
Okay.
and paste it. And one more concept called as a cardinality. So even you can do that as well.
Amit,
So we're going to
I have
cover
one
the
question.
yeah, Piyush.
So scanning we have to cover
Your voice is
two
bit low.
before.
Can you please speak louder?
Okay, is it audible?
Yeah.
So scanning we have to perform before means the whole application scanning we have to perform before developing test script, or we have to scan as and when we are working on every test case.
So you have to create the module as per your requirement. Okay. So once you design that particular test case, so I need this particular page for the automation. You can add those, and then I need the second page for the scanning. So you can again scan the second modules and add those in your second modules. So
Okay,
as per your
okay,
requirement, you can, even if something will going to get added extra, then you can rescan those modules and you can add those component in those. So it will going to follow that page wise structure. Okay. Every
okay,
individual page should be added or treated as a single module.
okay.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
what is
thank you.
happening, once you can see the tab name enter vehicle data at the top, so your module will going to get recognized using that only. If I show you the property, you can see the title enter vehicle data. So once you execute this particular module, so it will going to look for this particular tab. If it is not able to find that tab name enter vehicle data, it will going to get failed. So all your module
Yeah,
will be recognized using that title. Okay. So
okay,
once
got it.
I
Thank
do, like if I click on next, now my page gets changed over here. Now you can see the enter insurance data is there. Earlier it was enter vehicle data. Okay. So the other modules or the property, you won't be able to access it unless and until you are creating a new modules. So now in enter insurance data, you have to add all the component because this particular page is having all these attribute. If you are trying to add these attributes in the previous page or next page, that will not going to work because your tab name is getting changed. Okay,
Just
so
one quick
again when you will go
question.
to, yeah,
Yeah, sorry for interruption.
yeah,
The footers are common across the pages, so we have to scan footer only once. The footer about
yes,
products.
you can add as a header section or you can create. Okay, but over there, your if you go to this section, your these values will going to get changed. You can see. So in
Hmm.
that case, you have to handle your title accordingly. So you have to use the
Okay.
regular expression over there so that your footer can work with all the different pages. So all that
Okay.
will going to cover. Okay, how to perform the wildcard entry, how to perform the regular expression, so that in few of the application, what is happening, they are having a dual language. Okay, some are having a English or some are having a French, but the application will going to remain the same. So you will not going to create a different module for the same page, correct? Due to language. So accordingly, you have to handle this using a regular expression. Okay, the application will going to remain the same, just language is getting changed, correct? Yeah, Bala, go ahead.
Yeah, so you, for using this automation, so the application should be more or less stable, right? I mean, if it's a developing stage, every
Mhm.
time the screening will be changing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, for example, today enter vehicle data menu is in the first menu. Tomorrow, if they changing the position of this menu, for example, next to enter product data, and do we need to scan it again, or how do we usually do it?
No, you don't have to scan it because all the component, if you're shifting the data, so the tab name will going to remain the same, correct? So
Yeah.
once you are navigating to this particular tab, all the attributes will going to work because your modules will look for this title. If your title is present, then it will going to perform all the activities in your title.
But sometimes if they change the menu, sometimes the properties might be changing, right? Because in UFT or QTP,
Hmm?
the property might be dynamic.
So
Obviously,
then we will
it will.
go with the
Uh,
self-healing properties. Okay, so we'll go
okay.
to cover that as well. So how to heal your
Okay.
test cases. You can see there is at the top self-healing properties are there. We're going to use this
Okay.
one too. If you think that okay, this particular value will going to get changed, so we're going to select multiple different properties which can help you to recover your test cases. Okay.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Uh,
Thanks.
okay. Yeah, Sheetal, go ahead, please.
So basically, if you open your website, so can I create a single module for these 5 tabs in one module?
5 tabs means
Like this: enter vehicle data, enter insurance data, enter product data. So different element, every tab is having, let's say, 10 web element. Can I create a common module inside one, like
no.
scan together?
It will not going to. You don't have to do that. Okay. Every individual page is having a module architecture. Because if you will going to create somehow you are able to create all the component which are present over here in the single module, at the time
Hmm.
of doing a maintenance it will become very hectic, correct? So now you have to search for that particular tab in which tab your number of seats are present. I have
Okay.
to do certain modifications like zip code. Now zip code is present over here and zip code will be present in this particular tab as well. So how you will going to distinguish, correct? Then again you will going to rescan it, then check the property, all those will going to happen. So the better thing will be for, like, you have to follow the page object concept. So in single page whatever attributes you are having, just create a class and dump all those element in that particular modules.
Okay. So suppose there is a Amazon search page. Okay. You searched for some product and there is a search page of Amazon. Okay.
Hmm?
So that is one module for me. Okay. I
Yes.
searched for laptop and I
Now you
created a
click
module.
click
Okay.
on a add to cart. Now you have a payment page or cart page
No,
or
no, no,
review
no.
page.
No, my question is, suppose you searched for laptop and there are 10 laptops. I created a module of that. Okay. That is one. Now click a filter, let's say a red color. Okay. So on the left hand side, I selected a filter. Okay.
Hmm.
Now the search criteria will change, like only the red color laptop will appear. Okay. So all the elements are changing in the search section. So in that case, should I create another module just for one filter, or how
No,
it
that
will
will be
work?
handled using explicit name. Okay, so we're going to cover that concept. Like if your values are getting changed frequently. Okay, let me give you an example of. Is that application is down or what? Okay, now consider this particular scenarios. You are having 6 product right now.
Hmm.
Okay, so you're going to
Okay.
click on the add to cart and then we're going to perform the activities. You will going to scan all these modules 6. Now going ahead, some of those products are sold out and those are out of order. Okay, now only 2 of them are appearing. Then how you will going to handle it? Or maybe in future they will going to add few more products to it. Apart from the 6, 2 more products are getting added. Then again you will going to handle all those. So to handle all these kind of scenarios, we have an explicit name. So using that you can handle it. Okay.
Okay. We'll see.
So
Means,
yeah,
yeah,
we're going to cover
once
that as
we'll,
well.
all right.
Okay. Anything else, anyone?
Yeah, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Suppose in one of my modules there is a hyperlink, okay?
Hmm.
So if I click on that hyperlink, it will go to another page, and we have another module for this particular page. So how we can handle this situation? I mean, um, and we need to perform some activity on the another page. Okay,
No, you don't
after.
have to do all those. Like you can see over here. So we are having an enter vehicle data right now. So once you click
Hmm.
on this next button, now you can see you are onto the different page and even your tabs are getting changed. So you have to scan these particular modules and dump it in your module section. All those attributes should be added in the enter new modules, which will be named as enter insurance data.
So my question is, we need to manage in both
No,
the
you don't have
in
to
single
manage it.
module or different module? I
No,
mean,
different modules should be created because your tab names are getting changed. If you are trying
oh,
to find the element under enter vehicle data, it because your element will not be able to find it over here, correct? Because your tab is
hmm.
different. If
Yeah,
you are trying to look for that first name or last name, you want to enter it, but your tab name is enter insurance data, how it will going to find it under enter vehicle data, correct? So you
Okay.
can
have to
you do
create
it? Can you do it, please, for add to second module, just like so it must
this
be
one.
clear, because suppose once you go to next, right? But
Okay.
can you scan and please do so we understand after next, and when you execute, so one
Okay.
first module then execute, then another module will execute.
Okay.
So then
Let
it is
me quickly
clarify.
execute. So I just clicked on the next button. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's see. We're going to click on the motorcycle. Now it will going to add the data. And now it will going to click on next button. Now I'm into a different page. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to again scan this particular modules and add it in my test case. So simply what I will do, I will simply do a right click, go to scan section, click on application, and whatever is required for my automation, I will going to select, simply double click on the application, and same way it will going to scan all the component. Let me open this. Yeah. So you can see all the values are just, I will go with first name and the last name. You can see first name and last name. I will select this. If you want to check that, okay, I'm not selecting any label. So if I select this particular values and highlight it, you can see this is a label and this one is a text box. So I want the text box. Okay. So if you want to go with a date, you can see. Okay, I will just going to add these 3 attributes, and now I will going to save it, and I will close my scanner. Now my second module is created. I will simply drag and drop it in my test case. And the same way I will going to add the details over here. Okay, so now what I will do, I will going to close this particular application, and I will do the execution from opening the URL, all the steps. So I will simply do a right click and execute my test case instead of executing the single steps. Now it will going to launch my browser. Now it will going to click on motorcycle. It will going to do a verification, and now it will going to add those values. Click on next, and now it is entering the values. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
You don't have to like session and all those concepts are not there. Okay. Yeah, Piyush, please go ahead.
No, Amir, it's previous. I'll lower it.
Okay. Jitendra.
So
Yeah.
yeah, where we can check the report. I mean, yesterday you showed some report,
Yes. So if you
the
want
pass
to,
fail and
yes. So just simply create an execution list over here. Okay, you can see there's an execution list. Do a checkout and do a right click. You can see there is an option of execution list. You can create n number of execution lists as per your requirement. Regression suite, demo suite, smoke pack, and all those. And once you are done with your test cases, simply drag and drop it in the execution list. That's it. Yes, I will execute. If you want to execute, if you are having number of test cases and number of test cases, you can execute the execution list, or even you can execute the single test cases. That will also going to work. Let me close it. Okay, so my execution gets completed over here. Now you can see I'm getting a logs over here. So now I want to extract the report. Simply do a right click, go to the print report, and you can, if you want the detailed one, you can go with this one. If you go with the basic one, so you can click on this one, and it will going to ask you in which format you want to extract the report. There are n number of formats. In whichever format you want to extract the report, I will go with the PDF default, and it will going to ask you for the path. So I will going to make it export one, and this is your report. So in whichever date you will going to create it, that particular timestamp will going to get added. You can see this particular test case gets executed. No failure is there, and this particular test case gets executed. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and you can execute n number of time these test cases. Accordingly, your logs will going to get, the recent one will going to get added. Okay, you can create n number of logs. If you again execute this particular test case again, yeah, Deepak.
Yeah. So this report, is there any process or how to be add a screenshot in the reports?
Yes.
Suppose
So
it is
for, if there will be failure, only for that only your test cases will going to get attached, your screenshot. Okay, so that is a
okay.
different concept. We're going to
Okay.
cover under the login.
Sure. Sure.
So recording, adding a screenshot, adding it to your report, creating a docu snapper. If you want to do a regression and you need a screenshot and the values you are entering, you can add those document directly to your Jira to update your changes. Now you can see two logs, so you can check, you can execute your test cases multiple times, and you can verify that okay, and so date it was getting passed and now it is getting failed. You can inform your developer accordingly that earlier it was getting passed, now because of your fix or whatever deployment you have done, now it is getting failed. Okay. You can create n number of execution lists as per your requirement, and you can drag and drop all your test cases. Once it is prepared, you can add it over here. Yeah, Jitendra, please go ahead. Do you
No,
have
I
anything?
don't have any
Okay.
more questions.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, Bala.
Amir, do you have wait concept? For example, if the website getting delayed to
Hmm.
pop up.
Okay, so there is a called as a synchronization. Okay, if there will be delay, like you're having a performance issue with your applications, so you can add a static wait or you can use a dynamic wait. So we're going to cover that tomorrow.
Okay, okay. And is there is any code to close the browser? We can see opening the browser, but do you have any
Yes. So
parameter to close the browser? Yeah.
simply do a right click. You can search the steps. If you know the exact name of your modules, so you can type close browser. So you can add that directly, or instead you can go to your standard modules, go to HTML, and you will be able to find close browser over here. So you
Yeah.
can drag
So
and drop.
okay, okay. So until we're giving, I mean, if you're not providing this, then it will create a multiple open browser, right? I mean,
Yes. So
okay,
once you're done with your test cases, you can close it.
okay, okay, okay,
So
okay,
let
fine.
me go back and let me close it. And now if I execute my test case again, so you just have to provide the name of your browser and it will going to close that particular tab. Okay.
Okay. And in Tosca, do we, the user should be there in front of the system, or for example, in some tool, even if you log the system and you run it and go, it will run, execute in the background. Is it possible in Tosca as well?
You can execute in your system, or if you are executing a huge chunk of data like 300 to 100
Yeah,
test cases,
yeah.
then you have to go with a DEX concept that is called as a distributed execution. So there will be a server machine. From that you can hit your test cases on multiple different VDIs.
Okay.
Okay.
So we can
Amir,
execute
so is there
overnight and then close the
Yes.
system.
In
Okay.
morning you can extract the report, or if you have
Oh,
configured the mail,
okay.
so even you will going to get the mail as well.
And
Yeah.
screenshot
Amir,
is
are we
also will
going
be
to
captured.
cover
Yes.
Dex? Are we going
Dex
to cover
will, we
Dex?
will not going to cover the Dex and all. I will let you know how to do the configuration, what are the things required. Okay.
But Amir, even if the system is getting locked, it will get executed.
Yeah, there is a no concept for locking and all those. So once you hit it from your server machine, so in your VDIs you have to disable all those. So that will be done by the Tricentis people. Okay, you have to install Tosca commander in your system in that particular VDIs, browser settings. So the same what we are doing over here right now. You have to prepare that machine exactly the replica of all the things, and then it will going to work. So you have to disable the lock system, because if it is getting locked, there might be chances your execution will going to get cancelled. Okay, so you have to raise the ticket for the VDIs, so they will going to disable all those functionality, and then your through server machine you can execute on your VDIs. You don't have to even log in those VDIs. Okay, so it will going to execute from your server machine. You will be able to monitor all your different VDIs. That is called as a event, test event.
Mm. Okay. And once the execution is completed, the report might be triggered through email if we specify which email that needs to be set, right? That is also can be
Yes.
configured. Okay. Okay.
So even if you are executing through Jenkins, so in Jenkins as well we have a reporting
Okay.
and mail trigger and all those. So through Jenkins as well you will be able to perform all those activities.
Okay. Fine, Amir. Thanks.
Okay,
Amir,
anyone?
in my application, I have one country drop down. So what is happening? Like whenever I'm selecting Canada, sometimes it is selecting, but for the next iteration, it is truncating C, and selecting the country we start with the A. So can we handle such through like scripting is required or
No, there are different workarounds. You can use that.
okay?
Do you
So
have
means
any
we can
search
do.
search option over there to select the drop down values?
Search, no.
Okay. Okay. So once we cover the topics, you can try it out different approaches over there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
A multi-browser execution is possible in Tosca.
Yes.
Suppose
So you can create n number of execution list over here. You can add same test cases, and under this one you can add the test configuration. Like I want to execute in Edge, you can execute in Edge. Okay. So once you add the configuration over here, it will going to override the configuration of your test cases. Right now, in currently in this particular test case, I'm using Edge browser. So whatever configuration you will going to add, it will going to override in the execution list. So you
suppose
can
I have some 5 modules, and for each module I am using different browser.
So you can create 5 execution list over here with the different browser settings, and you can pull the same test cases. It will going to execute in different browsers.
So, so I mean, for example, if I'm opening the Edge browser and scanning it, and then I'm saving that in a module, and then same page, if I'm opening Chrome, do I need to scan it again, or we can use
No.
this? Okay. Okay. So the property will be the same. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
For each
Every
browser.
browser will going to have the same property. If you're launching this particular values, your element is getting uniquely identified by IDs and certain properties. Okay.
Okay.
Like if I inspect this particular element, this particular ID NAV motorcycle will going to remain the same if I am opening this particular page in some other browser. Correct. It will not going to get changed. So it will going to work on these properties.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to know that, okay, how that is done, so you can go to any modules. Like you want to go with automobile, you can see that ID is getting added. This is uniquely identified through IDs.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So apart from properties, there are 5 more approaches. If you are not able to find the unique ID for your test cases, it is not uniquely identified on your page, then you can go with 5 other different approaches. So we're going to cover that as well.
Okay. So
what
from
about
Monday,
the text align? Sorry. Yeah, if the text alignment in browser compatibility, some kind of overlapping, right? So how are we going to handle that?
I didn't get your question. What?
No, it's the example that automobile text. Okay, so in in Edge browser, the text will be displayed correctly. In Chrome browser, text gets overlapped or cropped. Some browsers text compatibility issues will be there, right?
So whenever you are executing your test cases, make sure that your browser should be 100% zoom. If you are having a different configuration, then it will going to impact your execution. So make sure that whichever browser you are using, it should be 100% zoom. You should not get this particular icon. Okay.
Okay.
You have to make sure that you are click on the reset button and make this particular value as 100% so that you properly you can execute. So your element will not going to get identified because your resolutions are getting changed.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
Selenium, can we add property like max browser kind of in configuration?
Max browser means I didn't get your question.
Max screen. I mean,
Okay,
maximize the
maximize,
screen.
minimize, all those you can handle it using. We already have those standard modules. We call it as a window operation. You want to, where is it? Bring to front, bring to close, maximize, minimize, wait on all those operations you can perform on any of
So,
the windows.
okay, what will be the duration of the training? Will it be at this time always? Do you
Yeah,
have
it
any
will.
batch in morning?
No, we don't have any batch in morning.
Okay, and for how many hours of training session it will be?
On weekdays, we're going to connect for 1.5 an hour.
Weekdays. Okay.
Yes.
Weekends we don't have, right?
No.
So I mean, from Monday we are going to start the batch, right? Like from
Yes.
installing. Okay, fine.
So we're going to whatever software will be there. So we're going to share the drive with you. You just have to download those software, and we're
Okay.
going to install all your software, and whatever licensing process will be there, we'll try to finish it off, and then maybe from Tuesday we're going to start.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone is having any doubt, any questions? The main thing will be module section. So if you are able to create your model properly, then you can automate n number of applications, and even you can automate n number of test cases. So the same model will be used in every test cases. Just have to add the element of it is getting removed. You have to remove the element, and all those will be added in your test cases. Just you have to fill the data. Right now we are hard coding the data. So once we're going to cover the framework part, you will going to parameterize all those values from test sheet. So that going ahead, if something will going to get changed in your test cases, you don't have to make any changes in your test cases. Just simply you have to update your data in the test sheet, and your test cases will going to get updated. So we will going to make the framework robust enough so that if something will going to get happen, so it won't take more than 15 minutes to maintain your test cases. Okay.
Last question, Amir. So, for example, if the properties are saved and it is not a shared license, can we download that particular property, share it to other person to use it? Is it possible?
Yeah,
I
you can
mean, module, I'm
extract.
saying.
Yes, you can extract those test cases. So we're going to share it on a daily basis. Whatever will I will going to
Okay.
cover, I can share it with
Okay.
you. You can add it in your test cases.
Oh, we can upload it and we can use it. Okay,
Yes.
fine.
So you have
Okay, fine.
options to import those test cases, and all the
Okay.
modules and all those whatever will be related to that test cases, it will go into club and get added in your test cases. You don't have to worry about all those.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Amir. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody is having any doubt, any questions, please let me know.
No, Amir.
Okay, so this is a
Thank you, Amir.
crucial time. So this is the best time you can upskill yourself, because usually in these 2 weeks we don't have that much of work and everybody is in vacation mode. So you can spend some hours to upskill yourselves that so that you can get a better opportunity in new year.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, then thank you for your time. Have a good day. Good night.
Thank you, Amir.
See
Good
you.
night.
Good night. Bye bye.
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 Thank you all. Bye bye.